afternoon. We're going to get ready to get started here. My name is Susie Weinock, and I'd like to welcome you to the 25th Annual State of the City Luncheon for the City of Marion. Hey, Nick, I want to congratulate you. I hear we have a sold-out crowd for this event. You and Taylor Swift, my friends. Watch out, everybody. You don't know what these ticket prices are going to cost next year. I want to thank you so much for taking time to join us. As we know, there's so many other things that are calling your name today, like our balmy weather, which no doubt has you longing for the great outdoors. Have any of you found, like me, that when I open my refrigerator, it's helped me to warm my house? We're here today thanks to the Linn County League of Women Voters, a trusted, nonpartisan political organization. League of Women Voters members promote citizen engagement to safeguard democracy. While the League of Women Voters never endorses a candidate, the organization is directly involved in shaping the important issues of policies that keep our communities, state, and nation strong. And the League welcomes all eligible voters, both men and women, to join. If you're interested, please see one of our members that are here today. At the end of Mayor AbouAssaly's address, we're hoping as time permits to engage in a question and answer. If you need a card to write down your question, just raise your hand and a League member will bring you one. As you're ready, hand it back to the League member that's circulating through the room, and you'll find them. They'll have their hand up and they'll be waving. So just make sure that you let us know that you have a question. Would you please join me in thanking the League of Women Voters who've worked behind the scenes and those that are here today for making this luncheon possible. Also, would you please join me in recognizing the Marriott service team? You'll see them throughout here. They're providing a wonderful lunch experience. Thank you. I'd like to share just a quick story. After the luncheon last year, a local leader approached me and said, "You and Nick really are friends." I'd like to take this opportunity to say, yes, we are. We've even considered taking our show on the road to help our colleagues. Potholes, addressing your constituents' #1 concern. But Mother Nature has us reconsidering, as the ice and snow seem to be working quite fine for now. In all seriousness, Nick is a colleague I respect and a friend I appreciate. And his wife, Christiane, and I are junior league sisters. She's also the type of friend who will always tell me if I have lipstick on my teeth. And I love her for that. We truly believe in working together for the greater good and understand our job descriptions to be nonpartisan advocates representing all citizens. Together, we truly want good things for one another, our families, and our communities. All the while being just a smidge competitive. This event is made possible through our sponsors, so please join me offering a huge thank you to Mid-American Energies, Simmons Perrine Moyer Bergman PLC, Greater Cedar Rapids Community Foundation, and Collins Aerospace. Additionally, if you're a public official, I'd like to ask you to rise and be recognized. Don't be shy. You aren't any other time. Let's go. Thank you for your service to our communities, our county, and our state. If you're a city employee, would you please stand? Please join me in recognizing these folks who keep our municipalities humming even during a polar vortex. Thank you. Mayor Nick AbouAssaly graduated from Linn High School and earned degrees in finance and in law from the University of Iowa. He returned to the area in 1995 and has been involved in all aspects of community development and leadership in Marion and in Cedar Rapids. He served on the Marion City Council for 2.5 years before his election to the office of mayor in November of 2015, being an advocate for progress in Marion and across the region. Mayor Nick has practiced law for 27 years and is a partner with the law firm of Simmons, Prime, Moyer, and Bergman, where he heads the real estate law department. Please help me in welcoming my friend and the 2018 CBJ's most influential person in the corridor, my friend Mayor Nick AbouAssaly.
Thank you, Susie. All right, good afternoon. Thank you so much for braving the weather to be here with us today. I guess neither rain, nor sleet, nor snow, nor polar vortex will keep people from coming to celebrate the good things happening in Marion. So I understand this is a sold-out crowd here today. So if some of you remember, 3 years ago we were in a venue less than half this size, and we outgrew that space. And so now what do we do? We'll have to figure that out next year. But I'm really honored once again to have this opportunity on behalf of the City Council, our entire city team, and all Marion residents to share with you our city's exciting progress. And thank you to the League of Women Voters. I appreciate the role you play in this community and co-hosting this event with the city for the past 25 years. I'd like to extend a special and heartfelt welcome to all elected officials and our friends from neighboring communities. You know, it's no secret that one of my objectives as mayor has been to promote an atmosphere not only of cooperation in the region, but go a step further to an atmosphere where we all desire the best for each other as neighbors and are happy for each other and our successes. The success of individual communities is not necessarily mutually exclusive. It's not a zero-sum game. And when we all succeed, it's good for the region. So thank you to the mayors, council members, supervisors, school officials, all government officials, and economic development officials. Thank you for joining us, for supporting Marion's progress, and for cheering for us just as we cheer for you. All 6 of my colleagues on the City Council are here today, and I feel so fortunate to be serving with them. They're capable, thoughtful people who care about our city, and it's an awesome City Council that would make any citizenry proud. And I'd like to acknowledge City Manager Lon Plucon, our city department heads, and our entire team of 230 city employees. These dedicated professionals reach higher every day to serve Marion's residents and give them the quality of life they expect and deserve. Please help me to thank them. And Marion is fortunate to have 6 former mayors currently in the community, numerous former city council members, and many volunteer members of city boards and commissions. They all play a role in making Marion what it is. And I know we have a number of them here today, so I would just like to welcome them and acknowledge them today. Now at this event, I'm known as Mayor Nick. Otherwise, I'm better known as Christiane's husband. Is there anyone in this room who's not a friend of Christiane? Anyone? Anyone? Without her understanding and support, I would not be able to juggle the responsibilities of the numerous hats I wear. And she's joined by our 3 children, who are the light of my eyes. I think they're a little disappointed today because it's a lot more fun to come to this event and get to skip school rather than skip your snow day. So, and we have other members of our family here today, my mother and father-in-law, my father, and my cousin Mike. I limited my family to 1 table, because otherwise if I invited all of them, we'd have to move to the convention center. And finally, a special greeting to my partners at Simmons Prime, Moyer, Bergman. I could not do this job without their understanding and tremendous support. Now, a little recap is in order to help frame our theme for today. In my first speech 3 years ago, our theme was Reach Higher. Contrary to what some people might think, Reach Higher has nothing to do with my height. It is part of our community brand. Who knows Marion's community brand? Marion is the best place in Iowa to raise a family and grow a business. Reach Higher has become our call to action for each of us, starting with me, leading by example, to believe in Marion's potential, to dream bigger, work harder, and do better. Reach Higher inspires us as leaders, business owners, as a community, to expect the best, ask for the best, and give our best, because Marion's residents deserve nothing less. Now, 2 years ago, I focused on the ways in which, by reaching higher, we are putting Marion on the map. Our city has been officially on the map since 1839. It is the oldest city in the metro area, and older than the state of Iowa. But for many decades, Marion may not have been taken too seriously as part of the regional equation. I think most of us today would agree that Marion is clearly on the map as the third largest city in the ICR corridor, and a key piece of the puzzle, doing its part through economic development, education, workforce development, and quality of life initiatives to make this region an attractive place in which to raise a family and grow a business. And 1 year ago, I highlighted the momentum building in Marion. This momentum is the result of a community energized for good, a community that honors its rich history but is excited about its future, and a community that is working to better itself and is day by day gaining confidence in its own potential. Our momentum is the result of a sharper focus on serving people's needs and giving them greater opportunities for satisfaction in their daily lives. When 92% of residents say they'd recommend Marion as a place to live, when 4 out of 5 people say that Marion is the perfect place for them, that's significant. And we know we're on the right track. People feel good about where they live, and something very important is happening. Even newer residents are building an emotional connection with their town. This is translating to increased community pride and greater engagement and volunteerism. We see more people stepping forward to say, I want to play a role in shaping the future of my community. Truly, this is a turning point and exciting time for Marion. In fact, the excitement is so great that it is contagious, so much so that the mayors of Cedar Rapids, Robbins, and Hiawatha have jumped on the bandwagon. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. This picture says it all. Thanks to the mayors for being good sports. I checked with them beforehand. This year, our focus is impact. By reaching higher and bettering how we do things, by not settling for the status quo, by keeping our focus on people and giving them better opportunities. We're impacting lives in so many positive ways and fulfilling our greatest goal, as I like to put it, of giving Marion residents an unequaled quality of life. Positive impact is more visible day by day. It's been most visible when driving through the community. Throughout the city, development is taking place in a manner that I believe we can all be proud of. The greatest driver of growth in recent years, of course, has been residential development, and 2018 was no exception. We added 232 residential units last year. We currently have 18 residential subdivisions under active development as new neighborhoods continue to pop up, seemingly overnight. I'm often asked, who is buying these houses and where are they coming from? The short answer, they're coming from everywhere. People of all ages and backgrounds are moving to Marion for great neighborhoods, excellent schools, and friendly community feel. Families, single people, young people entering the workforce, and older adults who have followed their children and grandchildren here, or who are moving from rural areas for convenient access to health care and other services and greater opportunities for active lifestyles. Marion's exact population won't be known until next year's official census, but by our best estimate, it is close to 41,000. How many people are surprised by that? A lot of people usually are. And as we add 500 to 1,000 net new residents each year, it makes sense that we are planning and designing for a city of 50,000 or 60,000. The fact that Marion is growing is not as significant as how it is growing. Our staff often hears me talk about the city moving into the driver's seat. For many years, Marion seemed to be a mere beneficiary of growth and development. However, it happened to us. And sometimes we ended up with simply good enough for Marion, right? Well, not any longer. Since we've been reaching higher, we are more than ever before in the driver's seat, taking a smarter, more proactive, more deliberate approach, identifying the right opportunities, asking developers for their very best, and incenting development that benefits our town, driving how and where it happens. The result is not growth for its own sake, but thoughtful, meaningful growth that adds value for residents and impacts their lives in positive ways. Let's watch this short video.
More and more as you look around Marion, you can see high growth areas in all corners of our community. 8 years ago, if we had a company of any size looking to invest in Marion, we didn't have the environment, the infrastructure, the land parcels available for that investment to happen here. So we'd be pretty confident that that investment would move to a different community. So the Marion Enterprise Center is an example about intentional planning and investments so that we have that opportunity for business and industry in our community. Same thing on the commercial real estate side. The Central Corridor is a prime example of that, where the city is leading the way with public infrastructure. And over the last 6 months, we've seen more and more projects begin to enter our pipeline that we're hopeful we will see play out in 2019.
The growth we're seeing in commercial and industrial development is really unprecedented, and we're seeing more and more all the time. And the size and the complexity of the projects has really increased. This is really an exciting time for Marion.
We've worked with the city in 2018 to be intentional in creating strategies to target the types of businesses that our residents say that they want, that they expect in a fast-growing community like Marion. So it's exciting because really all corners of our community are ripe for new investment of all types.
We've really enjoyed working with the Economic Development Group. Nick Glue and his team have been wonderful to work with, very supportive as we have relocated our Coldwell Banker office. And as we are doing our development at Squaw Creek Crossing, we've really enjoyed working with the City of Marion and the Council. Both the city and the developers have a long-term perspective on this, and we're being patient to get the right thing that's good for the businesses, good for the city, and good for the developers. Our plans are to have a retail, restaurant, office, hospitality, and multifamily component of the project. It's there to serve the community and the people that call Marion home and the surrounding areas home, but also to serve the weary traveler and the weary sports family.
I think at the end of the day, we're just getting started. There are so many things that are positive in this community that are coming quickly. We talk about Prospect Meadows, and I'm a firm believer that that will be a catalyst to a huge amount of growth in our community. It's a super exciting time to be in Marion, but I think we're just at the beginning of seeing the great things that are to come here.
You saw in that video DePaco Credit Union's branch and regional learning lab in the area's newest Quick Start, the first 2 tenants opening for business in 2018 in that 20-acre Squaw Creek Crossing development. Here are just a few other commercial development highlights from 2018. On Tower Terrace Road, another beautiful multi-tenant commercial building is nearing completion. This will increase opportunities not only for the businesses who will locate there, but also for residents of that area who want more convenient options closer to their homes. We expect to see more activity in commercial development on Tower Terrace Road in anticipation of the next section to be built between Albernet Road and C Avenue. Our letting for this section will be later this year with construction in 2020. And positive impact was clearly evident in the Central Corridor as yet another former gas station site was recycled. And we've had a number of them in the past few years. The Phillips building site, the Levita store site, the Dunkin' Donuts site, those are all former gas stations. And this time, the former gas station became the Uptown Dental Office. What a great improvement. On the opposite side of the corridor, on a former brownfield site, after some construction delays, the long-anticipated Marriott Town Place Suites Hotel is now progressing full speed ahead toward a spring opening. How's that for impactful development that improves the curb appeal of not only specific parcels, but of an entire community? and feeds a positive perception that encourages others to invest. Even before it opens, the hotel was already doing what we predicted, acting as a catalyst in driving quality development for higher and better uses in this old industrial corridor in the heart of our city, and creating new value for residents both in terms of tax base and convenient services. Across the street, the former Salvation Army store building received a facelift and is now a new retail store. And as we speak, a retail center is taking shape on the parcel adjacent to the hotel. And other exciting projects are being explored in the area. You'll have to stay tuned for more announcements in the coming months. In the heart of the central corridor is Uptown Marion. And if you haven't checked out Uptown lately, what are you waiting for? What a difference even 1 year and a little momentum can make. With live music venues, live theater, restaurants, pubs, retail shops, and a host of other services, all anchored by the award-winning Uptown Artway, Marion's historic city center has become once again an active hub and the living room of our community. While residential options in the core of the district are improving with the addition of upper story apartments and condominiums, such as the condos at the court, several thousand people already live within walking distance, and more than 60,000 live within 3 miles of Uptown. Business owners have done the math and realize Uptown Marion is a smart investment. Since the 2013 inception of Uptown Marion as a Main Street Iowa district, more than $20 million has been invested in this very small area. And a number of great businesses have opened. In 2018 alone, 13 new businesses among dozens of others across the city, impacting lives by providing employment, needed services, and new opportunities for residents. For its part, the city is leveraging the momentum and maximizing impact by providing appropriate incentives for commercial development in Uptown and other parts of the city. And as we work to complete the new 6th Avenue over the former railroad right-of-way, we're creating a safer, more walkable district in the area bounded by the 2 roundabouts, as we bring into greater focus the vision of a reimagined central corridor from empty storefronts, neglected buildings, and industrial zones to a vibrant, dynamic city center that is the beating heart of a community and a hub for great residential, commercial, cultural, and entertainment options. Now, the best kind of economic development is when existing companies, which are already invested here, both financially and emotionally, expand and add jobs. And as we had a number of those stories in 2018, LimoLink relocated to and repurposed the former Kirkwood facility in the Armour Plaza, where it will continue to expand its Marion roots and provide great jobs for the region. Timberline Manufacturing, Legacy Manufacturing, and Marion Process Solutions all cemented their commitment to Marion with a significant investments in new or expanded facilities to accommodate their growth plans. Timberline alone has added more than 100 employees in the past year and will soon exceed 300 workers. Dozens of businesses of all sizes found a home in Marion in 2018. Speedy Delivery, a Midwest parcel delivery service, is putting the final touches on a new regional distribution facility in the Marion Enterprise Center. And we were pleased to welcome 2 fast-growing companies who returned to their original Marion roots. Equilips, maker of organic lip balms, moved into the former Squaw Creek Millwork building and is thriving there. And Syncback, the world leader in live streaming technology, recognized as the most valuable startup in Iowa and one of the most valuable in the nation, purchased the former Magid building near Highway 100 for its new headquarters, with plans to double its number of employees. I'm told that if you're going to be watching the Super Bowl online, you'll be watching it using the live streaming technology of Syncback going right through Marion. These projects are all good for the region because 2 underutilized facilities have found new occupants and new life, and 2 promising companies now have the space they need to grow, provide more employment opportunities for the area, and contribute to the vibrancy of our region. Building permits issued in 2018 had a combined total value of $68 million. And our friends and partners at the Marion Economic Development Corporation report that in the last 4 years, they've been involved in projects totaling $103 million with 425 new jobs created and 466 jobs retained in the community. And we're just getting started. There are currently more than 20 active commercial sites under construction throughout the city. We have so much more work to do and so much to look forward to. These types of successes don't just happen in a vacuum, and they happen because in Marion, we have figured out the power of collaboration. To have significant, meaningful impact, it takes real teamwork between the city, Chamber of Commerce, Medco, Uptown Marion, the Metro Economic Alliance, and ICR. All have played a role in helping us put our best foot forward as we create the environment that gives businesses confidence in Marion as a good place to invest and do business. We're grateful for our economic development partners, and I appreciate your joining me now in thanking them for their support of Marion. Now, economic development is important, no question about it. But it is not an end in itself. It's just one component of a much bigger picture in our efforts to serve residents, give them greater opportunities to achieve their goals, and help them experience the quality of life they desire. You see, at the heart of everything we do are the people we serve. It's why we do everything we do, and we work hard to maintain that focus. Marion residents receive excellent services from their city. Our staff is responsive to citizen requests and issues, and while we're not perfect, and there are times when it's difficult or impossible to deliver exactly what's being requested, we try hard to find workable solutions. I'm extremely proud when I see our staff throughout the organization engage in a thoughtful and respectful manner with citizens. I think of the police department visits to 900 businesses in just 100 days. I think of the fire department's Christmas gift delivery to seniors, or they're taking time to honor a longtime business owner on his retirement, or the emails I've recently received from citizens regarding the great job public service department crews are doing with the snow removal. For the 4th consecutive year, our City Council is holding regular office hours each Saturday at the Marion Library, connecting with residents where they are. These sessions, along with monthly coffee and donuts at Hy-Vee, quarterly newsletters that go to each home, email, telephone, and many in-person meetings, residents have ample opportunities to stay informed and ask questions, receive information, and provide input and suggestions. Residents as a whole give their city high marks. In the most recent citizen survey, 93% rated the city's services as either good or excellent. And more than two-thirds said they can't imagine a better place to live. In 2018, the city again achieved a double A1 bond rating, retaining our position in an elite group among Iowa's cities and towns, with only 3 cities out of 900 having a higher rating than Marion's. We're focused on remaining fiscally strong as we are faced with the challenges of how to fund an ever-expanding list of needed infrastructure upgrades and costly capital projects. In 2018, the City Council approved a 5-year capital improvements plan that prioritizes more than $150 million in capital improvements needs. This roadmap will guide our work plans so that we're spending money responsibly on identified priorities. Among the larger projects to be funded this year are a much-needed public service maintenance facility and our 3rd fire station, which will be located on Tower Terrace Road, and will help us respond more quickly and maintain our record as one of the safest cities in the state. We think a lot about what makes a community, what attracts people to live here, and businesses to locate here, and what makes Marion a place people choose to call their home. Marion's residents recently had the opportunity to shape their community's future through the Chamber of Commerce's Imagine Next Community Visioning Project. This was a sequel to the Imagine 8 process a number of years ago. and more than 3,000 ideas were submitted, and now citizen-led committees have formed to work on implementing the winning ideas. Such opportunities for engagement are important to people and help them build a positive connection with their town. The question of what makes Marion a place where people want to be has become central in all our economic development and workforce development efforts. We've all heard it said that more people leave our state than move in, and we have more jobs than people to fill them. With unemployment rates at record lows, employers can't grow and sustain the economic prosperity of our city and this region unless they have the talent they need. So quality of life issues are now rightfully at the forefront of our strategic planning. I always have this in mind when I speak to classrooms of kids or Boy Scouts or Girl Scout troops. I remind them that they are the future of our town and we want them here. I tell them this: my goal as mayor is to do all I can to make life here so awesome that when you grow up and graduate, wherever you end up, you will be proud to say you're from Marion, Iowa. And as you think about where you want to live and work someday, I want Marion to be on your list. Given that nearly 30% of Marion's population is 18 years of age or younger, we have a real opportunity with our young people. They're our best hope for continuing to grow our region, our workforce, and our economy. So we're working on helping them discover that here they can achieve their career and personal life goals, make a real impact, and have a fulfilling life, and opportunities for culture, entertainment, and recreation. Marion Economic Development Company is doing its part through Community Promise, which has earned statewide recognition, and is incorporating students, teachers, and parents in a process that exposes the students to career paths, matches them with actual jobs right here in our area, and gives them financial incentives with a clear roadmap to get there. In 2018, I visited Marion High School monthly and met with students in the lunchroom to learn about their hopes and thoughts for making their city better. This year, I formed a youth council comprised of 20 students from both high schools to give them access to city leaders, hear their ideas, and help them find their place as future community leaders. The group's big goal is to host a youth summit this spring, and I'm fully supporting them. I know we have several of them here today, and I just would like them to stand and be recognized. Another important aspect of making Marion a desirable community is ensuring we have a variety of good housing options that are affordable at every socioeconomic level. Wallet Hub ranked Marion 4th in the nation among small cities for affordable housing, and we're proud of that. But our own housing study pointed to areas in need of improvement, particularly in options for quality market rate rental housing. Developers have responded to the call. Sunny Ridge Villas on the east side of Highway 13 is just one example. Directly to the north, we've approved plans for a large development with a unique mix of row houses, detached single-family and multifamily rental units. Nearby in the Squaw Creek Crossing development, a new multifamily and mixed-use development has been proposed, which is unlike anything else in our city. And in the Central Corridor, a multifamily residential project has been proposed on city-owned land and is awaiting approval of state tax credits. And just as much as good housing options, safety, and schools, people want nice amenities and things to do in their community they choose to call their home. So we continue working and in many ways leading on placemaking and quality of life initiatives. Each year, we deliver one or more new installments toward our long-term promise to give residents a great quality of life. Our trail system expanded further in 2018 with the completion of a major section of the Grant Wood Trail from 31st Street to Highway 13. On the west end of the trail, we're currently seeking artist designs for a new pedestrian bridge, an entryway feature to replace the railroad bridge over 7th Avenue. And we're preserving the historic 1906 railroad bridge over Indian Creek. When completed, both bridges will help connect Marion's trail system to the Seymour and Grant Wood trails. These projects are part of our ambitious plan to spend $14 million on trails in the next few years and will eventually allow trail users to go from downtown Cedar Rapids to uptown Marion and beyond. And efforts to grow the 180-acre Lau Park as a regional amenity continued in 2018. This park is already popular for its amphitheater, its sports facilities, sculpture trail, and walking trails. In 2019, it will also be known for the inclusive playground that is nearing completion. This playground will impact lives by giving people of all abilities the opportunity to play and interact on playground equipment. Another new amenity requested by the community, the skate park at Butterfield Park, is nearing completion and will be ready for use this spring. Anyone want to meet me out there? Many of you have enjoyed music, movies, and other programming at the Klopfenstein Amphitheater, the City Square, and on the Uptown Artway stage. These three venues are amazing assets that enrich our lives with great music and culture and help us experience the sense of community that draws people to Marion. We want to maximize the benefit of these investments for residents, so late last year we added a programming coordinator position to our city staff, whose job will be to keep these venues busy and provide us all with even more opportunity to enjoy free to the public, quality outdoor entertainment and interaction with our neighbors. More opportunities, more community, more impact. We're very close to realizing the goal of a community fitness center. This regional facility is a partnership with the Metro YMCA and the city. This partnership makes sense. Marion needs a rec center, and the Marion YMCA facility is aging and in many ways functionally obsolete. Rather than build two separate facilities, a partnership is better in the long term for our residents. The Tower Terrace Road location will make this facility accessible to residents of all cities in the metro area. The project has progressed more slowly than originally projected, but it has progressed. The land has now been purchased, and it's time to see it through. It's good for the community, it's good for the region, and it's good for workforce and economic development. And finally, after years of anticipation, this year we'll see baseball being played at Prospect Meadows Sports Complex. The city made a significant investment in this project also. Aside from its regional economic impact, which is undoubtedly huge, the facility will have life-changing impact on the youth of our community, including special needs kids, providing all with an amazing amenity. And the region will be able to showcase what we have to offer to the projected 60,000 out-of-area residents or visitors. But we're not stopping here. There's much more we can do, must do, and will do. This year we'll see progress on the ImagineX community visioning projects. Some of these projects are more complex and will take time, such as the Aquatics Center and the improvements to make Indian Creek an attractive recreational and environmental asset. Others will happen much more quickly, starting with our very first announcement of the addition of a community fireworks display to be held at Lau Park on July 3rd. Marion's progress, you can applaud. Marion's progress on quality of life initiatives is being recognized statewide and nationally. In 2018, the Iowa League of Cities gave Marion its All-Star Community Award for the second consecutive year. And in June, I had the honor of attending the annual National Conference of Mayors, where Marion was one of only 20 cities nationally to be recognized for livability. Marion appeared once again at the top 10% of Wallet Hub's list of America's best small cities. Uptown Marion took the stage 4 times for honors at the annual Main Street Iowa Awards. And thanks to the leadership of the Marion Chamber of Commerce, Marion was once again designated as one of Iowa's great places. I think we can applaud that. Thank you. Friends, as you can see, we have so many reasons to be proud and optimistic about Marion today and in the future. But what gives me greatest hope is that beyond new buildings and amenities, beyond performance stages, artways and art trails, and beyond balanced budgets and capital projects, I see as our most remarkable and most profound impact the manner in which we, all of us, are thinking more deeply about what it means to be a community. what it means to take care of one another, and what it means to make Marion a great place to live, not just for some people, but for all people. Let's watch this next video.
Marion is very focused on quality of life for all ages. I'm super impressed with all of the planning that has gone into place to really be thoughtful about where we want Marion to go as a community, as a city, and it's very exciting for the library to be a part of that. The library is not just about books. The library is about people. So we want to understand as a community where are we falling short. We in 2019 assume that everyone has access to the internet, and they don't. And so we're proud of our Wi-Fi hotspot program, which allows our patrons to come in and check out a hotspot that they can take home. Based on our population right now, Marion doesn't really require having our own social services. And so a lot of that happens in the library. We partner with Willis Dainty Homelessness Services from out of Cedar Rapids, and we kind of serve as a food pantry to make sure that our public has access to good, healthy food. And we also serve senior meals with the Encore Cafe on Mondays and Fridays, which is my favorite day.
Within the first 6 months of the Marion Encore Cafes, we served over 5,100 meals. Collaboration effort with the Encore Cafes, especially in the Marion area, has been second to none. From Mayor Nick to the City of Marion, to the Parks and Rec Department, to the staff of the Marion Public Library, the Marion Hy-Vee. Without each one of those partnerships, that would not be possible.
One of our visitors to the Encore Cafe said his wife died 6 years ago, and in that 6-year time, he's never shared a meal with anyone else.
While the nutrition is vital and is a key component, there are other pieces, and it's more of a socialization.
My wife is involved in a pretty strict dietary regimen. I didn't really feel comfortable sitting down eating a big meal, so I come here regularly. These are well-designed meals, and they're all very tasty. From the standpoint of our health and some of the information that we get here, it's quite helpful. So I want to encourage this because there's an awful lot of people that are of my age that are not financially well-to-do, and so this becomes kind of a lifeline for them.
The Marion Youth Coalition was formed in the spring of 2018. It was formed because of some awareness of and discussions about the need for more positive behaviors from students after school in our community. Bringing our PBIS model, that's a model that we use in schools to encourage positive behavior there. One of the committees is taking that concept out into the business community in the next few months so that the expectations we have at school continue to be the expectations that are out in the community as well.
We are directly adjacent to Vernon Middle School, and we have 50 to 65 teenagers that are in the library after school that are looking for a place. The library is so thankful to have the partnership with the Youth Coalition and Michelle and all of the work that they're doing.
Probably one of the biggest things to come out of the formation of the Marion Youth Coalition is the idea of a Marion Youth Center. Really hope to give teens a place that they can call their own. We hope to have them be part of creating the space, and we'll be forming a committee soon so that they can do just that. Marion is a community that cares very much for its kids. It was really easy to bring all of these partners together in this community. It's really exciting to see so many people on board working for the same common purpose.
I love that the city leadership is very focused on what a community deserves and really, really want to see great things for Marion in the future, and that's super exciting to be a part of.
Encore Cafe is one of my favorite achievements this past year. More than 5,000 meals since May. That's incredible. As you heard, it is much more than a meals program. You know, I'll never forget sitting down at a table with a regular patron, and for her entire life, she'd had only one family member, her mother. That's it. She had no one else, and for years she cared for her mom until her mom passed away. She'd also been without work for a while, so she'd been feeling a little bit lonely and searching for purpose. Encore Cafe changed her life. She now has the opportunity to interact with others. She's found purpose in being able to provide assistance to older participants in the program, one of whom is a woman from Alburnett, a 93-year-old who comes from Alburnett to have a nutritious meal and interact with others. That's really amazing impact. The next steps for growing the program will include transportation options and making the meal locations a one-stop shop where seniors in the community can receive all types of support services that they need. Encore Cafe is impacting lives by taking care of the needs of older adults, making them feel valued, and giving them greater opportunities for education and social engagement. Now, my job comes with many serious responsibilities, but there's never a shortage of cause for some chuckles along the way. Here's a funny story. When I began my term in office, a resident named Noreen called me up and said, she expressed concern that we weren't doing enough for seniors in our community. So she and I started an initiative to look at the issues facing older adults and how to address them. So when we were preparing for the Encore Cafe opening, I naturally called Noreen. I left her a voicemail saying, I'd really like you to be with us for this ribbon cutting. So I arrived at the event, excited to show Noreen what we're doing. I looked around, no Noreen. We did the ribbon cutting, and still no Noreen. We served the meal, still no Noreen. A bit later, a woman called me over to her table and said, Mr. Mayor, she pointed at a woman that's sitting next to her, and I'd never seen this person before. But she said, I'd like you to meet, Mr. Mayor, I'd like you to meet Neva. Neva was so impressed that you called her and invited her personally to this event. I called the wrong number, but I just went with it. Needless to say, Neva is a very nice woman. I'm glad that she was there. Now, older adults are not being left behind by Marion's growth. They have more options than ever before to be active and engaged, and to remain in the community, maybe even in the same neighborhood, as they transition out of traditional housing. One example is the beautiful Terrace Glen Village on Alburnett Road, which opened last fall. This year we'll celebrate the opening of another similar facility, The Views. These facilities and others like them give older adults the opportunity to live in a beautiful setting with access to good care, engagement with others, and greater satisfaction in their lives. The city has also begun looking at the issue of homelessness and housing insecurity. We have a task force meeting every 2 weeks to identify issues and find real solutions that impact a very vulnerable segment of people, including many children. We've also committed funds to a grant program to assist people who are on the verge of losing their housing in the hope of helping them avoid becoming homeless. As you saw in the video earlier, our library is no longer solely a place to warehouse books. It's a community center where lives are impacted in significant ways every day. In my own personal experiences, I've attended board meetings, political listening posts, workshops, Boy Scout meetings, renewed my driver's license, read to kids, checked out books and movies, volunteered at the mobile food bank, and attended youth activities and meals programs, all at the Marion Public Library. The heart and soul and identity of our community is found in the public library. One of the most special things about Marion is its volunteers, and I often say that many of the things that really make a difference in our community, the things that truly impact our quality of life, are done by volunteers. Energized and engaged citizen volunteers make all the difference in a town, and we're seeing more and more such amazing people step forward to say, I want to help, I want to give back, I want to make an impact. I think of volunteers like Tom Barnes, who for no other reason than his love for his town, worked for more than a year to secure funding for a vintage rotary clock for the Uptown District. No one asked him to, he just did it because he cares. I think of Michelle Wilson, whom you saw in the video, one of our most active community volunteers, and her most recent project, the Marion Youth Coalition. I think of the dedicated volunteers who put on the myriad community events that take place throughout the year, including Christmas in the Park, Swamp Fox Festival, and the nationally acclaimed Marion Arts Festival, or the dozens of women and men who give of their time to serve on boards and commissions. I think of compassionate volunteers, such as those who work with Laura Campbell and Marion Cares, serving dozens of families in need of support. I've helped on several occasions when they hand out backpacks in the fall. It's so much fun seeing sharing in the excitement of the kids as they select a backpack that catches their eye and walk away beaming, knowing they have all the new supplies they need for the year. That's just one example of what they do, and where would we be without Marion Cares? And there are the wonderful volunteers who work with Gretchen Hawley. Gretchen is a Marion resident with a simple goal. No kid sleeps on the floor in our town. She started a local chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and since their July 2018 start date, the group has built and delivered 162 beds for children. My family had the honor of delivering 2 beds to a Marion family around Christmas time. I can't explain the excitement of the 2 sisters at the gratitude and relief shown on the face of their mom as they opened the door and helped us carry in the supplies and assemble the beds. Dozens of volunteers donate their time to build these beds. Neighbors helping neighbors. That's what it's all about. All of these people and hundreds just like them who are committed to being a force for good are impacting lives and most certainly the course of our community's future. That's what makes me most optimistic. We're all in this together, and the future is bright. And here's one final clip to sum it up.
Marion is a great place to live. We feel safe, we have great schools, we have great neighbors, and a strong sense of community.
Marion is a great place to open a new business. You cannot recreate an authentic town square like this.
Marion is a place where the arts and culture thrive.
Marion is giving our youth healthy choices.
Marion is open to new things.
Marion is delicious.
Marion is on the move.
Marion's nimble because we quickly comprehend a need and then we address the need and get it done.
Marion is empowering.
Marion is opportunity.
Marion is smile.
Marion is neighborly because of the awesome community leaders.
Marion is very friendly.
Hi, Judy.
Well, hello there. Haven't seen you for a while.
Marion is inviting.
Marion is unique because we have all these awesome small businesses.
Marion is a sweet place to live, work, and play.
Marion is a great place to live.
Marion is a great place to raise a family and grow a business.
Marion is exploding with opportunities for our local youth as well as our local economy.
Marion is the best because my dad's the mayor.
Marion is the best.
Marion is in this together.
Okay, that was a total surprise to me. They showed me a different clip before. All right. Each Marion resident might have a different word to describe why their town is special to them. But for all of us, Marion is home. Friends, I hope you agree that we've come a long way and have so much to be proud of. We're reaching higher, putting Marion on the map, generating tremendous momentum and making a positive impact by taking care of each other and creating amazing new opportunities for all people to call Marion their home. Where we go from here is up to us. We can choose to rest on our accomplishments or reach even higher. As I repeat each year at this event, the sky is truly not the limit. My hope is that we continue to dream big and ask for the best as we work to build the community we all desire. A community that values and invests in education, art, and the environment. A community of people taking care of their neighbors. A community where everyone belongs and feels safe and valued. A community where businesses can thrive. And a community where we all have the ability to achieve our personal goals in both business and in life. Some people might think that I'm overly optimistic. I pursued this job because I am a dreamer, an eternal optimist and a believer in the amazing potential of Marion, and an even bigger believer in its people. I believe sincerely in the power of optimism, positive energy, and being a force for good. That power is in each of us. And when that power pervades an entire community, it becomes unstoppable. I'm so grateful that you decided to spend your lunch hour with us today. And thank you so much. Keep reaching higher. God bless.